everyone, welcome to Sydney and our final show on the trek to the Everest. Each and every year our final show is barrier draw night. I'm standing in the middle of Randwick Racecourse. Just over there, the statue of TJ Smith, right near the trainer's hut. Just over there, the winning post in front of the grandstand, the Queen Elizabeth and the wing stand. And just over there is the 1,200 metre start from where they will begin the $20 million Tab Everest. Tonight, the barrier draw, the all-important barrier draw. We've been to some wonderful places, mainly down on Sydney Harbour. Tonight, the barrier draw comes from under the big top.
As a kid, did you ever want to run away to a circus?
You always want to be a clown.
Saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I shoot it right, but I'm frozen.
Claudia Fitzgerald, did you ever grow up going to circuses wanting to be part of the flying trapeze acts?
I can't say that, but I'm actually scared of clowns, so I try and avoid the circuses. But this looks great.
That makes two, because I'm absolutely petrified of clowns as well.
I don't like clowns. I don't like dolls. My daughters love dolls. I hate dolls. Those eyes.
Well, Andrea, he's out of earshot now, so you can say what you really think.
I can indeed.
Björn's gone. What would he be in a circus performance?
He certainly wouldn't be an acrobat, but I think I'd have to say he'd be a lion tamer.
Ooh, Kieran Ma thought he might be a lion tamer as well.
Well, I think Björn had quite a good association with lion tamer, training him in conjunction with his father, so perhaps he can lay claim to that.
He's got a few gags, though. He could be a clown, too.
I think he would enjoy that. If there was anything along the lines of dad jokes, he'd be right in there. Oh, Jenny Bennett, I have to be really careful because you're my boss's boss. When you went to the circus as a young girl, what act did you think you'd like to be up there?
That's a great question, Shani. Probably a juggler because I feel like I do that on a daily basis, but maybe the trapeze. Just love the idea of the freedom of flying through the air. So I'm so looking forward to tonight.
So are too. Let me keep my job because I don't want to end up in a circus.
Yes, here we go. Well, the secret's out. If you didn't already know, the barrier draw tonight at Royal Randwick, the first time the barrier draw has been at Royal Randwick, will be under the big top in a circus atmosphere. There will be circus acts right throughout the barrier draw, and after each act, a barrier will be revealed. The barriers were officially drawn earlier this morning at 10 o'clock behind closed doors under the watchful eye of Chairman of Stewards Steve Ralton, and the barriers were sealed and they will be revealed later tonight. Betting was suspended. It will be reopened once the barrier draw is complete. Ray Thomas, the big news that has already been reported here tonight by Peter McGorran, who has just addressed the crowd to welcome the crowd here, the chairman of the ATC. For the first time ever, the Everest is a complete sellout.
Yeah, all 22,000 general admission tickets have been sold, so that is the capacity in terms of GA tickets that the ATC are allowed. So if all the members turn up on Saturday, and why wouldn't they, Greg? This is going to be one heck of a race day. The record crowd of just over 46,000 set last year, that could be in danger.
I can't tell how many members will turn up, but every one of those members could turn up, and we might be in trouble.
Exactly.
Hospitality was sold out many weeks ago. Chantel, have you ever been to the circus?
I've been to many circuses, yes. I've got this phobia of clowns.
Right.
And I'm really hoping that if a clown appears behind me, I'm off set. Sorry, guys.
You've never met Björn Baker?
I have. I've met a few clowns, and there are several clowns in racing. However, the real clown, I'm telling you, if he appears, I'm out.
All right, well, see you later.
You're in trouble, I think, Chantel.
James Cummings, big night. It always is a big night because this barrier draw does mean a lot.
Yeah, I agree. It is. It's pivotal. I think last year and this year the barrier draw has been so important to this race. It's a wonderfully even field with horses that are improving, coming into this race very lightly raced, clearly targeted at the race, and I think the draw is as significant as it's ever been, and I think is a little bit of is it a bit of a psychological play on us that we've been invited to a circus to see the barrier draw? Do you think?
Probably. Probably. James, how is the colt traffic warden? Of course, he was so brave in the Golden Rose, and from that moment you've just decided to concentrate on the Everest. How's the level of confidence going into the big one?
Well, the colt's great, Ray. He's been prepared perfectly for the race. It's been a real target for the horse, and he's responded. He's just shaped up beautifully. I love the way he's sharp since the Golden Rose. I love the turn of foot that he unleashed to win the Run to the Rose first up from a spell. He came into that race off a good break since his narrow defeat in the AJC Sires on a wet track. And at acceptance time this morning, the track was heavy. We don't really expect it to be a heavy track, but at least we expect some nice sting out of it. There'll be a bit of juice in the ground, sting out of the track. And he gets back to Randwick for the first time since that narrow defeat in the AJC Sires, and with those tough 7 furlong runs under his belt, the VRC Sires, the AJC Sires, the Golden Rose, that should stand him in good stead against the older horses dropping back to 53 kilos under weight for age in October. A pretty good recipe.
Are you feeling under pressure, or are you coming into it quite relaxed and knowing you've got the right horse to do it?
Well, I think we're pretty relaxed. My horse is relaxed, Shani, I can tell you that. He came off the gallop this morning at the foot of the Blue Mountains, and he was just licking his chops. Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. He was so calm. He seemed in a really good frame of mind. But you know, in other years we've had things going on. You know, we've had the late scratching of Home of the Brave, or substituted by Osborne Bulls, or we've had Kementari slotted into the race late and 2 runners in the race. This year we've got one horse, one colt targeted at the race from the get-go, and he's prepared perfectly for the event. It's important that he draws well, but if he can get a good draw tonight, then I think we're in business.
And now it's a Group 1 for those colts, and I don't think it's surprising that 3 of the biggest organisations, Godolphin, Coolmore and Yulong, have all picked a 3-year-old colt. I think we're going to see more of it.
Yeah, I agree. I love that there are 4 3-year-olds in the race, 3 colts that all have big reputations on the line. None of the 3 are yet to win a Group 1. Whereas in the past, we've all sidled up to you in the lead up saying, oh, they haven't won a Group 1 yet. We've got to be looking after them. We've got to win Group 1s. But the thing is, the 3-year-olds have done exceptionally well at weight for age so far this season. In the Moya, they ran 2 of the 3 placings. In the Manikato, the Growing Empire looked the winner, just got rolled. In the Scalacci on the weekend, the 3-year-old filly jumped out of the ground, Bellatrix to win. So the 3-year-olds have already justified their position at the weight for age table. But I think these 4 3-year-olds are they're the best. They're some of the best of them, especially at least at 6 furlongs. They're the best of them, and they're well respected by, I think, everyone in the room here, and they've attracted 4 elite riders, some from here, some from interstate, some from around the world. That just adds to the intrigue of this race with only 12 runners.
James, who's the horse to beat?
I think the race itself is the mountain to climb. The rating that Traffic Warden is going to need to elevate to would put himself as one of the premier 3-year-olds in the country. There's no doubt about that if he's to win this race. And that's the equivalent of winning any race he could possibly win in his career.
Yes.
So if he's able to elevate to the rating, to jump out of the ground and win 3rd up from a spell this time in a targeted race, 6 furlongs at Randwick, weight for age, against this field that's been assembled, then that's going to be the absolute pinnacle of his career. There's no doubt in my mind. But when it boils down to it, there's so much going on. There's the intrigue of how many mares are in this race, more than any other year. Yeah. A mare has never done better than our mare in Secret, who ran 12 months ago. But most of the mares are coming in here fresh, which suits the fillies and mares. One of the favourites for the race ran 2 weeks ago. She should have won. The horse of Tabs,
Bella
Nipotina should have won, really, the Premier. But the Premier winner, the Premier Quinella, didn't even get into the race. That's how strong. Look at the emergencies.
The Sydney Stakes is
The
extraordinary.
emergencies tell you how strong the race.
I think that is a very good point. These are the best 4 emergencies we've ever had, without a doubt.
If recency bias is a funny thing. If Overpass had just won the races he's won over the last course of time, if he'd won them in the last 5 weeks,
in most of those,
he'd be picked. But he didn't. They deliberately planned him to be fresh, but he's just trickled out of people's minds. The thing is, the race is full of depth. It's full of intrigue. There's horses that are going to need to rise to the occasion, and that's why I say the Everest itself is the biggest obstacle for Traffic Warden, because if he can rise to that occasion, then he's got what it takes to get up and win.
Is he your best chance you've ever sent into the race?
Well, we've sent some good ones to the race. We had Bivouac was airborne. I felt Cylinder was flying. I thought that In Secret run the race of her life, and we've had Osborne Bulls go better than the market thought. Trekking the same, but he's certainly got that sense of timing about him. Like we felt that from other runners in the past, but in the race that he looms up into this year, where he's at, how the 3-year-olds, all the things I've touched on, it makes you get the feeling like it's worth being nervous, and we're pretty nervous leading in.
All right. Good luck tonight with the barrier draw.
Thank you.
You will be late in the program because it is going to be delivered tonight by saddlecloth number. So I Wish I Win will be the first barrier revealed, and Lady of Camelot will be the final horse. Okay, we're just about on time. We're going to take a break very shortly, and then we're going to take you to centre stage, where I'm going to introduce the mistress of ceremonies, the ring mistress.
Ring mistress,
Yes, we're going to introduce her, and the circus acts will begin. So stay with us after this break. The barrier draw from Under the Big Top. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Under the Big Top. Welcome back to everyone watching at home on Sky Thoroughbred Central and on the Tab app and on the Tab Facebook page. We're here under the Big Top, ready to go to unveil all the barriers 1 to 12 for this year's $20 million Tab Everest. We've beamed the barriers onto the Opera House, onto the Sydney Harbour Bridge. We've taken the poor slot holders to the top of Sydney, to the highest peak in Sydney Tower. We've been to Bondi Beach, but tonight we come to the middle of Randwick. And to get things started, would you please welcome our ring mistress for tonight, Meryl Cassie. Now, are you ready?
Good evening. How are you tonight?
What have you got in store for us?
Oh, the first thing that comes to mind for the circus, edge of your seat, entertainment right here for you tonight, everybody, under this incredible Big Top. Thank you for having us. Thank you for joining us here tonight. So I don't want to reveal too much too soon. I want to let the show speak for itself, but we really do have world-class performers from all over the world showcasing their incredible talents tonight, just for you and all of you. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Well, the stage is all yours. Let's get it underway.
Thank you. So everybody, let's start with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you our incredible human cannon. Woo!
The first horse out tonight, the first horse will be I Wish I Win. The barrier following the first act tonight will be for the slot holders, Trackside Media, and last year's place getter, I Wish I Win.
And now, Lewis will enter the mouth of the monster right about now. Thank you, Lewis. So please, everybody, I need silence, please. Lewis, Are you ready? Yvonne, are you ready? Let the countdown begin, everybody. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Here comes the first barrier, ladies and gentlemen. Look up on the stage. The barrier for I Wish I Win. Barrier 9. Good on you, Louie. I Wish I Win. Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman and Luke Nolan. The Trackside Media has drawn barrier 9. Ladies and gentlemen, the next barrier to be revealed will be from the winner of the 2022 Tab Everest. The next horse to be drawn is Giga Kick. The barrier, Giga Kick. Barrier 3, gate number 3 for the ATC and Jonathan Munns. They are the slot holders. Jonathan Munns joining the ATC this year with a previous winner in Gear Kick. Mark Zara will ride. The third barrier tonight, coming up right now, is Private Eye for the slot holders Max Whitby, Cole Madden and Neil Werrett. Here comes the barrier for Private Eye. Barrier 10. Gate number 10 for Private Eye. Joe Pride, the trainer. Jay Ford is the rider. So barrier 9 for I Wish I Win. Barrier 3 for Giga Kick. Barrier 10 for Private Eye. We'll wait for the stage to be cleared and a new act to be brought in. To Clayton Douglas, the trainer of Giga Kick, who knows what it is to win. How's the feeling this year? You've done it before, but it's different.
Yeah, absolutely, it's different. You know, we're on the comeback trail, and I've been really happy with how he's been coming along. So, no, I'm looking forward to Saturday, and I'm very happy with the barrier draw. What
was your takeaway from his 2 runs here in Sydney?
Look, he's building. He's coming along really well. I think his fitness is right there now, and I think we'll see a horse third up that's ready to go. So I'm excited and very happy with what we're drawn, and really happy with how the night's gone.
Well, barrier 3 is just lovely.
It is, yeah. Look, gives us options, and I think it's just a perfect gate. So yeah, bring it on.
How's your new jockey feeling?
He's happy. He came today and had a little sit on him, and he was very pleased. So our team's very happy with how he's been since his last run. He's really come on really nicely, and I'm expecting a big performance Saturday.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back to the show. Coming up now, ladies and gentlemen, is Bella Nipotina for the tab, the barrier, to be revealed in just a moment as we turn our eyes back to centre stage. The barrier for Bella is next. Here comes the barrier for Bella Nipotina. The outside gates, barrier 12 for Bella Nipotina, the outside barrier for the slot holders tab, trainer Kieran Maher and jockey Craig Williams. More acts coming up. So we've got 4 horses out now. I Wish I Win, Giga Kick, Private Eye and Bella Nipotina. Stand up, Max. Stand up. Max Whitby, one of the slot owners. It's been a different year for you and Neil and Cole. You lost Bustling early on, so you had to go looking, and you've ended up with Private Eye for another year.
Yes, third last year, mate. We've gone for a senior horse, which he is, and I think we're very optimistic, and the ground will be interesting. Barrier 10, couple in would have been better, but what can you do?
Neil Werrett, he is such a tough horse, Private Eye, and the fact that he's been there twice before and run so well must give you a lot of confidence.
Well, I was more confident before I got barrier 10.
That won't beat him.
No, but I hope Body's horse gets 9 and then he can cut him across.
What about being with the same horse 2 years in a row? It just ended up like that.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fluke, but he's a good horse, good strong horse, and he'll acquit himself well. There'll be a few won't be able to handle the track, so he'll be right.
And you and Jamie, you go back away? Jamie Walder?
40 years.
Yeah.
40 years, happy to be involved. Nice young fella, well credentialed, doing pretty good.
Max, are there any acts you'd like to try out tonight while I've got you up on your feet?
I just don't want to catch anybody.
Good luck, boys.
Thank you.
And good luck, Cole, as well. We're setting up for the next act on centre stage. I can see a swing attached to a motorbike. Goodness knows. Michael Christian, one of the owners of Bella Nipotina. You're racing with the tab. We've seen a lot of vision of Bella behind the scenes. It all looks to be going well.
Going beautifully until about 2 minutes ago, Craig.
I was going to bring it up.
Look, she has. She's very adaptable, so she has run really well from wide gates. So it is what it is. So we've just got to deal with that. And Kieran and the team have done an incredible job getting to her to where she is. So fingers crossed she can get a good run and show her best.
There's no more consistent horse in the field, and I don't think there's a more versatile horse in the field.
Well, look, we think that. There's no question her form, particularly over the last 12 months, has just been incredible. To think that 5 years ago, as an October 2-year-old, she should have won the Debutante Stakes, and 5 years later, she's arguably racing as well as she ever has. So it's incredible testament to her, but to the team behind her. and we're just so blessed and privileged to be associated with her.
Did the Brisbane Carnival turn her around, or did we just all wake up?
Oh no, I think it turned around, and I think, you know, she's shown. I mean, she ran second in the TJ, so that was an incredible performance. So she beat some very good horses that day, and she just continued to thrive through the Brisbane winter. So very excited about having her run on Saturday.
What's it like being part of all this?
It's unbelievable. It's great, isn't it?
Enjoy Saturday.
Absolutely. Thanks, mate.
Michael Christian, one of the part owners of Bella Nipotina, who will be racing for the tab slot. All right, we're going to go back to centre stage. There's a lot of climbing going on. I think he's about to start up this motorbike, ladies and gentlemen. 20 foot up in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking it to new heights. Put your hands together for the Skyby!
The barrier, which will be drawn in just a moment. The next barrier out will be for I Am Me, for Arrowfield and the Star. Here comes the barrier for I Am Me, for Arrowfield and the Star. Barrier 1. I Am Me. She's taken advantage from good runs to win the Concord and the shorts. She's going to get that on Saturday in the Tab Everest. Barrier 1. I Am Me. Straight into the next barrier for Newgate. Last year's slot holders that produced the winner think about it. Newgate and GPI Racing this year have Steffi Magnetica, and she will be the next barrier drawn. Here's the barrier for Steffi Magnetica. Barrier 6, gate number 6 for Steffi Magnetica. Björn Baker and Zach Lloyd, the slot holders, Newgate and GPI. So the barrier's out so far. I Wish I Win, barrier 9. Giga Kick, barrier 3. Private Eye in 10. Bella Nipotina in 12. I Am Me in 1, Steffi Magnetica in 6. We've got 6 down and 6 to go.
You just have to walk in the place, and your lies are on you. You could put a smile on your face, and you'd lie.
Revealed this time, it's Sunshine in Paris For Fairway Thoroughbreds, Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald, the trainers, Tommy Berry, the rider. So for Fairway, here's Sunshine in Paris. Here is the barrier for Sunshine in Paris for Fairway Thoroughbreds. Barrier 8. Barrier 8 for Sunshine in Paris. Tommy Berry will ride for Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald. The training duo's first runner in a Tab Everest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Our ring mistress, Meryl Cassie.
Now this is the time where we celebrate together. Everybody clap your hands in the air. Woo! Absolutely everybody. Absolutely everybody. Oh, absolutely everybody. Woo! Absolutely everybody. Yeah. Everybody needs a little loving. Everybody needs somebody thinking of them, and everybody needs a little respect, and whatever
sassy, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the incredible Wheel of Death.
The Wheel of Death. Jolie Star is the next barrier to be revealed for Chris Waller Racing, a two-time winner of the Tab Everest as a trainer, as a slot owner. James McDonald will ride Jolie Star for the Lindsays. The barrier for Jolie Star. Barrier four for the mare Jolie Star and the slot of Chris Waller Racing. The next horse coming out will be the first of our 3-year-olds. The barrier coming up will be Growing Empire for Yulong Investments, trained by Kieran Ma. Growing Empire, the first 3-year-old, is next. Here's the barrier for one of our 3-year-olds, Growing Empire for Yulong. Barrier 7. The Wheel of Death has delivered Barrier 7 for Growing Empire. So I wish I win in 9, Giga Kick in 3, Private Eye in 10, Bella Nipotina in 12. I Am Me in 1, Steffi Magnetica in 6, Sunshine in Paris in 8. Jolie Star in 4 and Growing Empire in 7. Well, I heard a cheer go up from this table over here. Brendan Lindsay and Peter Ty and Sophie Baker are here. Well, congratulations on a great barrier. I know it's got to go out there and win it first, but it's nice to come away from here with a good barrier, Brendan.
Sure does, and it certainly helps. Doesn't really matter really because she's our star no matter what, so we're just going to have a good day out.
What's Chris telling you? Everything's going to plan?
Chris is telling us all the right things, but I'm sure all the other trainers are telling all their other charges the same thing. Hey look, we're along for the ride, and this is just fabulous. It's just so great to be included in such a fantastic event.
Have you enjoyed being part of it?
Oh gosh, yes. I mean, it's from where we come from, and there's nothing like this in New Zealand. I mean...
What do you mean? You've got Cambridge Stud.
Yeah, well, we don't do barrier draws like this. Look, it's fantastic, and my hat's off to New South Wales Racing. It's just enormous.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Peter Ty, you're part of the slot. You're part of the contingent that have to pick a horse. I think you're pretty pleased with this one.
Yeah, Brendan was hoping for barrier 4, and we got exactly what he wanted.
What do you think of the mare? She's obviously top class.
She's untapped. That's what we like about her. We don't know how good she is yet, and I'm sure we're going to find out on Saturday.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
There's Peter Ty, who's part of the Chris Waller slot, and he's racing with the owners of Cambridge Stud, Brendan and Joe Lindsay. All right. Where's John Camilleri from Fairway Thoroughbreds? Hello, John. Well, yeah, you can stand up. Yeah, we're going to put her away in cotton wool. Not long to go now.
No, just 4 more sleep.
Annabelle and Rob, their first runner in an Everest, and your first as well, Sunshine in Paris.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What do you think of her?
Oh, I think she's unbelievable. I mean, I bought her as a racehorse, and she was well performed then. She won a Group 1 already. And Annabelle and Rob have done an amazing job with her. They've really looked after her. We missed the Everest last year, a couple of weeks out. They've taken their time. She turned up in the Scirocco. She showed how good she was, and Annabelle decided she'd go 5 weeks fresh into the race, and
here we are.
They're more than happy with it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
More barriers to be revealed. I think they're just about ready to go. More cannon fodder coming up. This time for Traffic Warden for Godolphin. It will be the next barrier out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing it back. Welcome to the circus ring once again, the Human Cannon. Right about now, thank you, Lewis. So please, everybody, again, I need silence, please. Lewis, are you ready? Yvonne, are you ready? Let's start the countdown, everybody. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Here comes the barrier for Traffic Warden as a man goes flying through the air. For Godolphin, barrier number 2. Barrier number 2 for Traffic Warden. So there's only 2 to go. Stormboy and Lady of Camelot, and 2 big acts to end this evening. I Wish I Win in 9, Giga Kick in 3, Private Eye in 10, Bella Nipotina in 12, I Am Me in 1, Steffi Magnetica in 6, Sunshine in Paris in 8, Jolly Star in 4, Growing Empire in 7, Traffic Warden in 2, Stormboy and Lady of Camelot are coming up next. As we go back to Merrill Cassie to tell us what is next. Okay, while we're waiting for the Globe of Death to come out onto the stage, oh, this is some contraption. I'll tell you more about it in a moment, but James Cummings, you've come up with a lovely barrier for Traffic Warden, barrier 2. Wipe the sweat off your brow.
Yeah, well, as trainers, we waste too much time hitting refresh on Racing Australia on Wednesday at about mid-morning. So I got so sick of doing that, I found something better to do. So this has been a bit of a nerve-wracking difference, you know.
It's a good barrier, isn't it? It looks good, but it is.
Yeah, it's a good draw. 2 or 5 with the options that were remaining were good for us. But I came here hoping to get inside 4 and thinking that wasn't too much to ask.
Well, we now know that barrier 2 can be shot out of a cannon. I hope he finishes as quick.
Yeah, so do I. Look, I think he can belt home. If he can beat Sydney Traffic from barrier 2, then he should be able to win the Everest.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There's James from Godolphin. Yes, the Globe of Death, as they call it. I think this is what Tom Magnier had in mind when he wanted Gay and Chris Waller to fight out who was going to get the slot. Stormboy or Switzerland fight it out in the cage. Henry Field's going to come over and have a chat to me. You were lucky enough last year to think about it into a race. This year you got Steffi Magnetica.
Yep.
What do you think of her chances?
Another lovely draw, 6. She'll get in a great spot. She's in form. She's a mare on the rise. That's what we really liked about her. She's really progressing every start. And I feel very confident. Like Bjorn says, she's worked very well this morning. She's very healthy, very well. She's a good mare. So anytime a horse is on an upward curve, you know you know you're a live shot. You're a genuine chance.
It's amazing too that both horses have come through that Stradbroke. Think about it, and now her.
Yeah, it's always very good form, that form. And she's had a ripping run there first time out in the last start, and she really trained on well. So, like for us, she profiles up super. She's a double-figure price. She's no shorty, but she really profiles well for us, and we're really pleased to have her going into our slot with Ridgemont and our partners.
Good luck.
Thanks, Rick.
There's Henry Field from Newgate and GPI. They won it last year. We think about it, and they've got the mare this year, Steffi Magnetica, that Ewan Baker has such great faith in. Now, what's going on here? We've got 2 motorbikes inside the Globe of Death, and we've got 2 barriers to draw. Stormboy and Lady of Camelot, both trained by Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Let's go back to Merrill.
Class stunt brought right to you tonight under the big top.
The barrier to be drawn in this Globe of Death will be Stormboy for Coolmore.
Put your hands together, everybody! Our 2 riders! Woo! But wait, there is more. We are going to add our 3rd rider, Martin!
Oh, hang on. They're going to put a 3rd rider in this Globe of Death before we find out where Stormboy has drawn. Well, Coolmore kept us waiting a long time. We'll just keep them waiting a little bit longer to find out what barrier draw they've got. Stormboy coming up next after a 3rd bike is to be put into this
And there we have our 3 riders in the Globe of Death. They want to hear you!
second last barrier. Barrier 5. Barrier 5 for Stormboy. He'll go forward from barrier 5. We've got one to go. One last barrier to reveal. And it's for Go Bloodstock and James Harron Bloodstock. It's the 3-year-old filly, the Golden Slipper winner, Lady of Camelot.
Oh yes, because here at the circus, oh, we always have more. And remember, for stunts like this, absolutely everything has to be perfect. So keep holding on.
The final barrier about to be revealed. The Lady of Camelot at this year's TAB Everest barrier draw.
We thank you all so much for joining us tonight here at the circus. It is a pleasure to be here with you all. And good things take time, so keep holding on to your seats. We wish you all the best for tonight, and of course, happy racing ahead for everybody. And as we continue our Australian tour, Maryland's is next, so keep your ears and eyes out for that. The circus in Maryland's, but back to the night here tonight. As we get well underway and prepare everything absolutely perfectly, so once again, everybody, are you all ready to see a little bit more tonight? Are you all ready to see a little bit more tonight? Woo! Keep holding on. Our FMX superstars are well underway, so keep holding on.
And here is the final barrier draw. The one that's left. Lady of Camelot, barrier 11. Barrier 11 for Lady of Camelot. So here they are in barrier order. I Am Me in 1, Traffic Warden in 2. In 3 it's Giga Kick. In 4 it's Jolie Star. In 5 it's Storm Boy. In 6 it's Steffi Magnetica. In 7 Growing Empire. 8 Sunshine in Paris. 9 I Wish I Win. 10 Private Eye. 11 Lady of Camelot. And on the outside, the wide escape, Bella Nipotina. And that is the barrier draw, but the show not quite over. Take it away, Meryl.
Thank you so much, everybody. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, baby. There ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, yeah, to keep me from getting to you, babe. Woo! My love is alive, right down in my heart, although we are miles apart. If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, as fast as I can. Woo! Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, yeah, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. One more time. Ain't no mountain high enough. Thank you circus. Happy racing, and thank you so much, everybody, from all of us here at the circus. Good night. Woo!
Thank you very much. Meryl Cassie, everyone, our ring mistress. Thank you very much to Harry and Marie Webber and the entire team from Webber Brothers Entertainment, to the circus performers, and a special thanks to Kiana Webber and also Meryl Cassie. And thank you too to our major sponsors of the Everest, TAB, who are once again for the 8th year sponsors of the world's richest race on turf. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back on Sky Thoroughbred Central with analysis of the barrier draw. Okay, welcome back to the room. Now it's time to open that market up again. As is always the case, it is suspended until the reveal. So Tim Ryan from the TAB, punters they're itchy, they're ready to go.
Yeah, far away punters. You've been waiting all day for this, so we're now open TAB first up with the TAB Everest market. And we have the same favourite. There haven't been huge changes to the barrier, to the market since the barrier draw. I guess the tricky thing in reframing the market is, at this stage, it remains to be seen what's going to be a good barrier on Saturday. Yep. I'm probably aiming for, or guessing that it's going to be a slow track, and thinking that maybe middle barriers might be the place to be. Rail true at Randwick. If it was to be heavy, maybe outside barriers might be the play. If it was to be good, maybe you wanted to draw inside. But look, I've left I Wish I Win as the $5 favourite. He is our worst way. I don't think he's drawn that badly in barrier 9. In fact, he's probably got a better barrier than when he drew barrier 1 last year, where he found a bit of bad luck. So I'm happy to keep him. He's our worst way. He's our $5 favourite. The firm has been Jolly Star. I think she draws perfectly in barrier 4 there. She's been $7 into $6, and she's our second worst way in betting at this stage. So there's been good support for her ever since James McDonald was booked, ever since he jumped off Giga Kick and got on Jolly Star. Barrier 4, she'll probably be a bit closer there, and I think she's going to get a great run. So, look, I'd imagine the top 2 in betting are going to be our 2 worst ways come Saturday. I Wish I Win and Jolly Star. And maybe even Jolly Star might even press for favouritism closer on to the race there on Saturday. Growing Empire I've left as a $6 chance. He draws barrier 7. He'll go forward and make his own luck, so that's fine. The big loser is Bella Nipotina, and look, I was only going to turn her from $6 out to 7, being drawn barrier 12, and just not knowing what's going to be a good gate and what's going to be a bad gate. But with all of her dangers, not drawing badly, I just had to push her a little bit further. So she's out to $8. Traffic Warden I've left as a $9 chance in early betting. We've only been open, 5-6 minutes. He's the most popular runner in early betting. He's still a $9 chance. Giga Kick and Sunshine in Paris both remain $11 chances. They're unchanged. Steffi Magnetica still a $15 chance. I Am Me just got a tickle in, 21 into 17. Again, I'm not sure whether barrier 1 will be the right place to be, but she's got speed to use that gate, so I think she can really use it and put herself there, maybe be third defence there. I Am Me. Private Eye twists out, 21 out to 26, and Lady at Camelot drew barrier 11 there. It's gone from $34 out to 51.
What about Bella Nipotina? If the rain is about, and we have a track that's in the soft range, and probably she wants more rain, but barrier 12 isn't the end of the world for her because she's overcome wide barriers before at Group 1 level. Yeah, no, it's definitely not the end of the world. Randwick Rail, true, with the sting out of the ground, wide barriers are not often a disadvantage. But I do think drawing the outside gate and just knowing her pattern, she probably wants it to get into that heavy range for her to be a real winning chance. But look, she can run well. Look, she won't run into any traffic jams out there. Yep. Storm Boy leads, Lady of Camelot comes across. Possibly. I think the stable might want to ride it a little bit more conservatively, Lady of Camelot, just like she did in the slipper when she was able to sit in behind him. But yeah, not sure. I've got Growing Empire mapped outside Stormboy at this stage. I think they'll want to go forward. And he's still got to jump Stormboy. Yes. Yes, so that is the key. So if he, Shani, if he jumps, he's going to try and lead.
There's no other speed. I think he has to jump and he has to push forward.
Yeah.
I can't see anything else really being up there. So I think it's his chance to lead and dictate.
Yeah. Even if he's a half length slow, he's
He
got to
should be able
go.
to muster.
From 5 he can.
He has to, yeah. Tim, do you expect the market to change too much between now and Saturday?
Well, I guess a lot will depend on the weather conditions, the track pattern throughout the day. Look, I'm just holding I Wish I Win there as favourite, but my gut feel and just the trend I've seen in the last kind of week or so, I think Jolly Star might start favourite. The James McDonald punters, Chris Waller, that middle draw there, barrier 4, she's going to get a great run. Yeah, I think that, look, if you put a gun to my head, I think she might start favourite.
Yeah. The 3-year-olds are going to be popular because they're cream, aren't they? They're the cream of the crop.
Yep, and they've got lightweights. They've all got tactical versatility. They can all race towards the front half in a race where the pace isn't guaranteed, especially if Stormboy was to miss it. They've all got pace to take advantage of what could be a less than average pace.
See, Nash would be delighted with barrier 1 for IMV because he's almost going to get a replica of the shorts, which was a replica of the Concorde.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're happy to give her a little trim in there, 21 into 17. I think there's still a little bit of a doubt about her at the 1200 at this grade. I know she's placed at the 14 and she's won at the 12, but I've just got that little nagging doubt about her at the 1200 metres.
How's the hold straight after the barrier draw? Is it normally pretty frenzied?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Punters have been waiting since 10 o'clock to have a bet, so they've just been ripping straight in.
You're seeing that now?
Yep, seeing that now. Traffic Warden was the most popular. It's now actually Sunshine in Paris. Stormboy's had a few bets. I Am Me popular as well. Steffi Magnetica, a few bets for it as well. So punters kind of looking a little bit around the favourites at this early stage in betting, but look, this bet's just absolutely flying in, and it's only a small part of it. We'll look to hold close to $5 million fixed odds on this race.
Timmy, what about the old guard, the Giga Kicks, the Private Eyes, etc.? Any money for them, particularly Giga Kick now he's drawn well?
Not at this stage, but I'm not selling him off. I think he had that long spell. He's taken a couple of runs to get back to his best, and I can see, especially with this old guard and their canny trainers, and they've just been trained to peak on the day. I Wish I Win, Giga Kick, Private Eye, those three at the top there, they've really been trained with a sense of timing. They haven't been there to peak a couple of runs back.
No one's been there to really show off, to try and force their way in. They've all got there pretty comfortably. It's just been a matter of time as to the moment they were picked. Like Traffic Warden was always going to be picked. They took their time to pick him, but he's always been set for this off the back of the Golden Rose.
And I guess, Tim, the strength of the race is in the emergencies. Overpass, Think About It, Southport Tycoon, Marzu, all 4 sprinters who could easily be in this field.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it got wet, something like a Marzu on a real heavy track. Look, we opened them all up at 50 to 1, but no doubt that they would start, one of them would start shorter if they were to get a run than the 51. I just kind of threw them in there just as the outsiders at this stage, and we'll just let the betting shake out and see what's happening towards Saturday.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Not too much luck, but good luck. Okay, we'll get Peter Volandis to come in. He's only just standing there chatting. We'll get him to come over and say hello off the back of the barrier draw. The news breaking, of course, that this is a Group 1 race now. We've got a sellout for Royal Randwick, and the World Pool will be bet on this race. First of all, what do you think of that?
A bit boring. I think we could have done better, can't you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, I think we've got a new sponsor for next year's Sorbent toilet paper. I don't know about the rest of us, but geez, there was a couple of acts there that certainly I was concerned about.
It was unbelievable.
Peter, what do you think about this field? We were just talking about the 4 emergencies. That's almost underlines the strength of the 12 sprinters who are in this race. 8 individual Group 1 winners, 4 high-class 3-year-olds, 5 mares. This is probably the best Everest field I think we've seen.
Oh, I agree with you, Ray. I think it is the best, and to see the field in the Sydney Stakes as well, and the 4 emergencies, it's one of the best fields in all of the runnings of the Everest, and it's very open. Any horse could win, and I don't think it'd shock anyone. They're all class horses, and look, I can't pick the winner.
And you're going to get the people who are going on Saturday. And by the way, it is a sellout.
It's a sellout. First time at Randwick, Well, I've been here for 21 years. There's never been a sellout before. The closest we got was Winx's last race.
Yeah.
And it's a complete sellout. It's unbelievable.
And the punters are going to get double worth their money because one of the biggest draw cards in racing, Pride of Jenny's going to be there.
Absolutely. And, you know, what a great race that King Charles has turned out to be. And hopefully we might have him there.
Now, what's the scoop? He's been writing in the paper
I hope
that he's definitely
right.
coming.
I hope he's right.
If
I
anyone's going to...
haven't said definitely.
If anyone knows, you know.
Look, it all depends on the day, how he feels. You know, he has had an illness, as we all know, and it's a long trip from where he's coming. But I know he's very keen. I spoke to him about his race and coming to Australia, and he spoke about this trip. He actually spoke about going to Open Parliament, and if he could make the Everest, he would. So I hope he's true to his word. But look, I understand if his health isn't up to it and he doesn't make it, but I'm sure he's going to give it his best, though.
Are there contingency plans in place, Peter, like security, logistics, where he would come in, things like that?
Look, yeah, all those things are done beforehand. So, look, we'll know Saturday morning if he's coming or not, but look, we're hopeful. Nothing confirmed, but you just never know. You don't know.
And the World Pool is in operation on Saturday.
Yes. And what a great initiative of the Hong Kong Jockey Club and Winfred. You know, it's a saviour for racing in some of the jurisdictions, and you know, the money that will be turned over on the Everest will be amazing.
So for the bottom line for the racing industry, this is a massive boost.
Oh, absolutely, and it all goes to the ATC, goes to the race club. You know, it could be over $1 million that they get just out of the Everest.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the last 8 years of this race?
Valium, that's all I can think of. It's been a wild ride. You know, a lot of people thought would be a failure. They all sort of never gave us a chance, and we've proven them all wrong, as we always do. And it's really become the real charismatic race on the Australian racing calendar.
One of your great lines is the people who come to the Everest, this younger crowd, couldn't care less if it's a Group 1 or a Group 21. But some people do care. And inside the racing industry, it was destined to be a Group 1. It's finally over the line.
Yes, it is, and it's deserved. I mean, it's been one of the highest rated sprint races in the world, not in Australia, but the world. And it's been one of the highest rated races of Australia for about 5 or 6 years. It's deserved it. If you know, the group enlisted means anything, the Everest is definitely a Group 1.
Yeah.
And Peter, adding the King Charles III Stakes to the Everest meeting just complements the meeting perfectly. And we, as Greg said, we'll have the best middle distance weight for age horses here on Saturday as well.
And the best country sprinters in the Kosciuszko. We can't forget that race. It's certainly also been very charismatic and getting a big following from the country area. Look, it's one of the great meetings. You know, a couple of years ago, race 10 on Everest Day was the 4th most wagered race in New South Wales for the year.
They stick around.
So
yeah. Thank you.
No, thank
Good
you.
luck on
Thanks.
Saturday.
No, thank you very much. Thank you.
There's Peter Volandis. I think Kieran Maher's close to joining us. In fact, we might take a quick break. When we come back, Kieran Maher with 3 runners in the race. Well, Kieran Maher, he drew barrier 1, the inside. He drew barrier 12, the outside. And he drew barrier 7 right in the middle. So he can't complain. But you're going to.
No, never complain. We're just thrilled to get 3 horses into the race. Team have done a super job, and night like this, the owners, you know, it's almost like a win for them already. You know, they're all along for a great ride, and you got 3 in the race, you're bound to get one a bit wide.
You've got a smile on your face, but Bella Nipotina has drawn barrier 12. Any concerns at all, Kieran?
Well, I'd probably rather a better gate, but funnily enough, she does have a really good record from wider gates. She drew a couple wide in Queensland, performed really well. I think one day she drew the outside in the Moya, 1,000 metres around the valley, and I thought she'd no hope, and got beaten half a head. So I think, like you said, Greg, she's very, very versatile, and I think she's in career best form, and a bit of rain around today too, which she doesn't mind either.
You've got the 2 mares that we know what to expect from them, but how good is this colt?
Well, I suppose the 2 mares, I think they're going as good as what they have, and I think what they can. But the colt's is relatively untapped. Like he's got better every time he's gone to the races.
Is he a bit quirky?
Well, you would take from his first start that is a little bit quirky, but since then, even he's winning the Poseidon down the straight at Flemington, you could see he was a bit leery and he was doing things, having a good look around. But I thought last start he really knuckled down and he needed to take that next step, and I thought he did. And he'll need to take another one, but he's travelled up, he's worked well, he's sharp, and he's ready to go.
Does he stay in the blinkers, Kieran, for the big one?
He does.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause he performed so well in the Manikato. Did he almost get to the front and sort of had a look around a little bit? Southport ambushed him late.
Yeah. Here's a horse that I thought he'd done a phenomenal job to go the speed he did, to be left in front, to quicken up on his own accord. He got chinned on the line.
He couldn't have gone any faster in the end.
No, and just to quicken up off the bridle, Craig sort of had him off the bridle rounding the turn. I thought it was a phenomenal effort for a young horse, and a horse, I thought he really sort of emerged in that race, and it's obviously a pretty star-started field again, but I certainly wouldn't swap him.
What about I Am Me, Kieran? She drew gate 2 in the Concord 1, drew gate 2 in the short. She's drawn gate 1 now in the Everest. But again, she's almost being overlooked. She always seems to be underrated.
It's probably the way she likes it.
Yeah.
I think she's got an uncanny knack of drawing 1 to 3. I think her last 7 starts or in and around that. Don't quote me, but I think this prep, I think she's drawn 1 or 2 last 2
time.
starts. She's drawn 1 again. She thrives on it. She loves it. And, she's arguably in career best form also.
Now, you suggested you're in partnership with the sponsors, the TAB, for this slot with Bella Nipotina, and you suggested they should shout. They do a singo and shout. Well, they're going to.
Are they?
What's the news?
The TAB, if Bella Nipotina wins the Everest, all the details, well, here it is here. The TAB's going to give away $1 million if Bella wins the TAB Everest.
Gee. All
you have to do is place a $10 bet in venue mode, so you've got to be in venue, which is being at Randwick or being at a racetrack on Everest Day to qualify, and they're going to share $1 million amongst the punters out there who have a $10 bet. So, Kieran, you've got your wish. That's all off the back of you. All you've got to do is have a $10 bet. If Bella wins, it's the TAB shout.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I don't think it would have cost Singo that much. So fair play to the TAB. They've even tonight.
It probably cost us all a job now.
Oh, you never know. We might make us one as well.
Kieran, before you go, we can't wait to see Pride of Jenny on Saturday in the King Charles. How is the mare, and what's the level of confidence?
Either can I, Ray. She's just a phenomenal mare, and she's just so thrilling every time. Like we have a lot of runners, but there's something about her. It just gets you going.
What goes through your mind watching her?
Well,
do you talk through the race, or you just sit there and shut your eyes? What do you do?
Not really. I tend to, as I do with a lot of jockeys, I try to think what they'll be thinking or doing, and she just brings such an intrigue. Like how fast she goes, how fast they chase her, when they actually make their runs. Yeah, she's so thrilling, and I think she's improved a little bit looks-wise off her last run. She ran right back to form, and the form out of it's been sensational. And she worked on Monday. She's in super order, and can't wait to get her up here. She travels up on Wednesday, so
that's great. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kieran. So there you go. More news on that you'll hear with the TAB giving away $1 million. You could win a share of that. Not one person's not going to win $1 million.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, given the crowd we're going to get on Saturday, it might be cheaper to give the $1 million away and then shout the bar.
Adam Watts, IME. We've just been talking to your trainer about our IMB, and Ray made the point she seems to be the one that's forgotten.
She seems to be that way. It's
been like that all throughout her career. She's won 11 from 23, but she's always the horse that seems to fly under the radar, and we're happy to go into Saturday without any pressure on us from barrier 1. And
you got the barrier you wanted. That is all you wanted coming here tonight.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think we raised the roof over there when barrier 1 came out. We were just so delighted. The first person to text me was Aussie Joe. The second person was Nashra Willa, and we're on for Saturday. We're just so delighted.
Two things, Adam. The 1,200 metres in a high-pressure Everest and the possibility of a track that's in the soft range are either a negative for IME.
If I was being brutally honest, I would have loved it to have been a good 3. But I heard a little interview with Mike Wood this afternoon, and he seems fairly confident that his track's going to be on the improved, so we're confident with that. The high pressure doesn't worry us at all. She ran a terrific race in the Sir Rupert Clarke in a very high pressure 1400. Ran second at Group 1 level, spotted the winner that day 1.5 kilos or 2 kilos, and I think they went about 7 lengths quicker than average through the 1400 there at Caulfield, and she held on to run second on that day. So that doesn't worry us at all. She's a very effective 1,200 metre mare. I think she's actually got the best stats out of any horse in the race over 1,200, and she's 2 from 2 at Randwick over 1,200.
Adam, go back to Goulburn, the 11th September 21. You got beaten a maiden down there. Did you think 3 years later he'd be running in the richest race on turf? No,
not at all, Shaddy. It's been a dream come true, and it just shows that if you're kind and you're patient with your horses and you're prepared to look after them and take them through their grades, who knows where you could end up. And I think it's a great sign for any horse and any owner out there that takes their horse to the race. And don't get me wrong, we were pretty confident the day we took her to Goulburn and she got beat, and then got beaten at Newcastle at her second start as well. But you just never know where you'll end up if you look after your horses, and we've got to pay a lot of respect to Kieran and his team with the way that they've looked after her.
And were you, the 2 wins that she's had this prep, were you confident going into them or just hoping?
No, we were confident.
You were?
We were exceptionally confident with the way that our mare had come back. She had a few little issues last preparation that we were able to rectify. Just a couple of little things with her feet. We're able to give her a really good break. We know that she's a really good spring mare as well. We had a fair bit of confidence heading into the first up run, and we were delighted to get the job done that day. Must admit, we've been pretty lucky with the barriers this preparation. I think 2, 2 and 1. So
take it, mate.
We'll take them.
And just finally, this is it's an Australian thing. Syndications. Your dynamic syndications. We've got 2 big syndicates in this year's Everest. We've had them before. These people couldn't dream of being one out in a horse to get into a race like this. Syndication's a wonderful thing.
Oh, it definitely is. And what I love about this horse in particular, it just shows that we've got Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum in the ownership, Dubai royalty. And we've got guys that are retired cattle farmers, cafe owners. It's just the most broad spectrum of owners that you could ever imagine, all coming here to meet at Randwick, to run around in the richest race in the world. I got a very sweet message from one of our part owners, a guy called Barry Ramsey. He lost his dear wife going back about 12 months ago, and he sent me a message after we'd officially signed the deal with Arrowfield and Star and said, it's just such a nice feeling to know that Barry Ramsey, living in South Australia in the middle of nowhere, is good enough to have a share in a horse that's going to run around in the richest race in the world. And that's what syndication does.
That's what it does. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
There's Adam White, and that will bring our show to a close. We will have a lot of discussion, Channy, on Sky over the next week. Formline coming up on Thursday night. A Formline Extra special on Friday, along with a Kosciuszko runner by runner as well. Oh no, we've got one more guest. I was about to wrap it up. I thought you'd gone.
Sneak it in, sorry.
I just thought you'd gone.
You almost said goodbye.
Adrian, you had a long wait tonight. You had a long wait, but at least you knew you had a 50-50 chance of what was left.
Yeah, I liked it at the last 3. It was a little bit better at that stage. I think it was 2, 5 and 11.
5's good for Stormboy.
I think it is. Nice soft draw. He's been wide the previous times, but obviously going to look to be positive with him. So, I think that's a nice draw. I think the horse on the inside looking to potentially see him roll forward.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nice draw from where he's at.
What about Lady of Camelot, Adrian?
Well, she's a bit like we saw in the Slipper. I think she's versatile, and when we can see a little bit off speed and off a high pressure race, she can be very explosive. A bit like in the trials, so I don't mind that draw for her.
Right, so that is the plan, to be quiet on her this time.
Yeah, I think she can be. She's got that versatility, but whether we can get the cover from out there, you may need to be looking to be more positive and put her in the race
instead
from
of
the wide
dragging
draw.
all the way back.
It's going to be. I don't want to be giving away too much of a head start with her. So again, a nice softer draw would have been a little bit easier with her, but she's still got the options.
What about, Greg said you had to be patient tonight for the barrier draws. What about yesterday, how that unfolded? Switzerland or Stormboy for the Coolmore slot. When did you finally get the nod?
It was a long wait after Gay announced it.
So true.
We were all, it was interesting, just back and forth. And look, what will be. We just sort of prepared the horses as best we could, and we're heading towards this race, all the Coolmore, and the horse had done fabulous. He didn't need to do too much between the Golden Roads. Just wanted to freshen him up, get a bit of speed back in his legs, and he's full of life at the moment. He's in great shape. He's bouncing.
I was going to say, I think a lot of people are backing Gay in. She doesn't lose too many arguments, does she?
Well, yeah, I got invited to that room after the race there when Switzerland won, and I said, no, leave it to Gay and Chris in there. And they don't need me in there.
We'll put them in the globe of death.
I'm not going to be throwing too many punches.
You must have been thinking, what has Waller done to me now?
I heard the feedback was that they weren't that interested in backing up. So whether that was a swaying factor, I obviously didn't speak to Tom heavily on the other horse. I just presented our case as to where the horse was at and said, if you'd like to run and you think it's a good opportunity, the horse is as good as he can be. What
about the track? What would be the ideal service for the pair of them that'll suit both of them?
Look, I think for Stormboy, quicker the better. When we spoke to the track managers yesterday, the predicted rain would have still saw us in the good range. I think we've probably got a little bit more than I would say predicted. So I guess what happens between now and Saturday is going to be crucial. And I think Lady Camelot, she's pretty versatile the way she trialled in it. They both worked through the ground excellent this morning. Like we're working on the Kensington track. They had a good bit of rain this morning, and they were excellent.
Just finally, Adrian, this is a fascinating race because these 4 3-year-olds, you've got 2 of them taking on some of these older, seasoned, tough sprinters. Can they do it? Can these 3-year-olds hold their own?
Yeah, well, it's a great group to test it, I guess, isn't it? It's a good argument. The 3-year-olds have always performed very well here. They seem to be, and even at weight for age level across all races there last season, they performed great. So, but this race in particular have done well. It is difficult taking on those tough, hardened sprinters on the big day. They know when to rock up.
But at least we know it can be done. Yes. Gave everyone hope.
And truly, and through the race that we've brought Stormboy through, so that's certainly a good path to follow.
Yeah, and Giga Kick, of course, as well. The other 3-year-old. Okay, not long to go now. What did you think of the axe?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I loved it.
What would you like to be if you had a choice to get up there?
Which
to be in the cage or the motorbike?
Not the motorbike one, no way in the world.
No. Maybe the cannon seemed the safest out of it. I don't know.
I reckon you're right. The cannon was the safest. Flying through the air, 28 metres, was safer than going in on a motorbike in the globe of death.
Won't be doing that.
Seemed to be. I've got a real fascination. I saw a Cirque du Soleil performance in Las Vegas, and I must say I had a real they're amazing performers, amazing acts. They're real skill, isn't it? So it was great to be here tonight. It was something different, something intriguing. That's everything in the Everest, isn't it?
A race,
well, there you go. One day you might run away and join a circus. Good on you.
As a backup plan.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Stay tuned to Sky Thoroughbred Central all the way through this week as we get to Saturday for the $20 million Tab Everest.
That's with a fortune and only. No, I gotta be someone else.
but see it grow like a ride, oh, not easily offended, not hard to let it go, from a mess to the masses, a list of many, think less but see it grow like a ride, oh, not easily offended, not hard to let it go, from a mess to the masses, follow misguided, stand still, discuss, discouraged, on this precious weekend and in this love for gentlemen only, wealthiest gentlemen only, but now that you're lonely, too late, chocolate, too late, go slowly discouraged, we'll burn the pictures instead, when it's all over we can barely discuss.
Racing. Think about it, private eye. I wish I win. Think about it in front from I wish I win. Think about it.
I wish I win on the outside, grabbing the lead, and I wish I win one from Bellinepatina.
Here she comes, Jolly Star, shot away. He's down, Jolly Star.